Happy new moon in Virgo, everyone. Good morning. I feel like I say this every single time. I'm really excited about this one. I think this is an opportunity for growth. But it really is. This one, like the title of the introductory video states, this is all systems go. This is also our last new moon before eclipse season starts. There's just so much excitement in the air. There's so much excitement. I want to get right into it and introduce myself. Hello, my name is Sarah. If this is your first time here, I am a channel, and I set the intention for all of my videos to channel the information. I go right to source energy, and the beings that sit most at my cafe table are leaders, and they have a growth mindset. They're processing deeply. And so the disclaimer and welcome, I'm just going to kind of amalgamize together to be efficient in our processes, which is you obviously have been drawn to my work, so you are a leader in your own right. You speak from I statements, you like to be as efficient as you possibly can, but you also want to understand a lot of this astrology and understand the spiritual practice to develop in a more efficient way. With that being said, my disclaimer, which is a must watch for everybody, I put a little thing in the description, is that my readings, if this is your first time here, sometimes my readings and my information will shoot between the eyes. So remember that this is not a contracted reading. This is not something that technically it is contracted. I know, I hear it. But this is a donation-based offering for my new moon and full moon workshops, which includes the introductory video, this all signs video, and the channeled message. This is a donation-based reading. So it can sometimes shoot between the eyes. Take what I say as an offering. I'm not reading your actual chart. I'm doing whole sign, all signs readings. So we'll start with Aries, and then we'll go all the way around over to Pisces. So definitely, if you have this language, watch for your rising sign first, and then your moon sign and sun sign to get a little bit of the vibrations. But definitely focus on where 11 degrees of Virgo falls in your chart and in the chart of your company. If all this is brand new information, my chart reading foundations, how to work with the moon, my astrological starter kit, the link is below. That's a digital download that's for you. It includes lots of information to really start you off if you're brand new to this. If you just want to watch this video, watch for your sun sign, where the sun was when you were born, and get the vibration of what the channeled messages comes through. But again, sometimes they are powerful. We are speaking a lot, like I have a lot of signs in weeks past that are going through addiction, that we're processing trauma, big T, little t. We're doing a deep dive into some shadow stuff. So I want to put that disclaimer out there right away that I'm not pointing fingers at you. I am not saying across time and space that this is specifically for you. But if you found my video and if you enjoy the sound of my voice, know that it could be some information that is resonant for you. So let's get started now. I want to introduce the board, and we're just going to hop right into it. So again, this is the general astrological wheel. It starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. This is Mercury. Virgo is run by Mercury, so this is technically the chart ruler for this new moon. It is so pretty. This is the sun, the transiting sun. Got wet the other day, so you can kind of tell. This is the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, just stuck. Saturn. I know. Oh my god, you guys, I got a new Uranus. That's why it's covered. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I got 2 hematites I thought it was going to be this one, but this baby has just been, I know it's been like almost a year since I've been talking about getting it. I love how you can see the window. It's Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Chiron, Black Moon Lilith, and then the North Node and the South Node that we place down like this, so you can see what the North Node is moving into, and then the South Node, what it's releasing. I just want to highlight before I get started that I have a new offering that is launching the day of this new moon on, I live in Eastern Standard Time, so it's on Tuesday, September 2nd, which is a Moonlit Readings. So twice a month, if you would like to purchase a reading that's just for your chart, a new moon reading and a full moon reading, just like this, but it will be your chart that has your natal planets placed down, and you can actually contract me to do a reading. It'll be twice a month, about a half-hour reading for your full chart, how to utilize the new moon and how to utilize the full moon. That is going to be $200 a month, so $100 for each reading. And if you'd like to have a full natal chart reading to go with it, which those readings are normally $260. If you want to do the full package, it's only $400. So if you want to have your first month be your natal chart reading, the full moon and the new moon, that first month, it'll be $400. So it's like a $60 value. I'm posting this, I'm recording this on the 29th, so I'm probably going to post it either today or tomorrow on the 30th. If you book before the 2nd, my friends and family discount is $144. That can just be for the chart reading. The new moon and the full moon, the Moonlit Readings, that is a product that's just launching on the 2nd. So if you want to do a chart reading, instead of paying $260, pay $144, please reach out before the 2nd and I will honor that price. And if you are a recurring client, or if we've had any sessions, or if we've had a consult before the 2nd, you are locked in at that price that I quoted you. Is that it? I think that's it. Yes. And go over to the community page. I will post the entire menu of all of the services. Okay. Let's get started. Aries rising. Aries rising, Aries sun, Aries moon. Oh boy, this has been a lot for you, Aries. I feel like I want to place everything down. I want to place everything down. And I have the window open. If it gets a little too chit-chatty outside, I will close it. Whereas Mercury is in Leo. Don't pop off. Don't pop off. Don't pop off. These are not in any way conjunct. Jupiter's at 19 and Mars is at 28. Mars will be going into Cancer 2 days after this new moon. So you're right, Aries. You are right in every capacity, but don't make your execution wrong. Yeah, you're right. With Mercury and Leo, whatever you have to say, be diplomatic about it. Just be very diplomatic about it. You're in the right. I'm like, this is for Aries sun, Aries moon, Aries rising. You are in the right. Believe me, I believe you. Everything about what this says is you're in the right, but please don't let your execution make you wrong. It is going to trigger you. I want you seething rage And this is just for Aries. Aries is run by Mars. So for anyone that's actually, this is interesting. Like when I talk to Scorpio, it's usually like, nobody else can listen to this. I'm just talking to Scorpio. But for Aries rising, if you don't know the time of your birth, you use the Aries chart. So this is for a lot of people right now. Don't pop off. Don't pop off. Yeah, like honest to goodness, it's Pluto is back in Capricorn. Pluto is sextiling Neptune over here. Neptune is squaring Mars. Like this is the ascendant, descendant, I see midheaven. This is like the foundation of your chart. And you've been doing so much work, Aries, for the past 6 months that I know you're going to be frustrated. I know, but I need you to take yourself into the bathroom or take yourself off the floor, take yourself away, take a day and literally just like cry alone, scream into the void, go to the woods, confide in your friends and your family, in your community, hire someone to listen to you, go to the gym and tucker yourself out. This is your daily life, health and practical service. A lot of you are quietly removing addictive patterns and you're not talking about them. I'm really proud of you. That's awesome. That's awesome. This is Mars at the base of your chart, the roots of the tree of your life. This is cultural family roots, and Mars is your chart ruler. Yes, Mercury runs this new moon because it's in Virgo, but Mars is your chart ruler, Aries. So Mars basically like sitting down here. You're healing a lot right now, girl, my guy. And it's lonely AF. South Node, Venus, and Lilith all coming together over here. And I'm writing on Substack, I'm writing an article that has to do with, or I'm writing a few articles that have to do with this. This is a really fascinating amalgamation of planets, of, planetary bodies, because the South Node is what we're releasing. Venus is the way we love and appreciate things. Venus in your house of relationships, you can't really have a bad day. This is like Jupiter transing your house of relationships. It could bring something beautiful, someone beautiful in, but because Lilith is a part of the mix, you can't court or be courted in the old ways. Yeah, this could be you wanting to manifest a partner. This could be you wanting to really have your business prosper. Things happen in a really lovely way, Aries. It's just some great stuff. This is some great stuff. As long as you control your temper right now and understand that you can't, like, I'm just seeing you like, all right, I want to tell a story. Moonlight in restaurants. A lot of you know that. And so when I first was in restaurants, please go listen to my Waking Up Post-Woke story. I never went back to corporate. I've been training teams for 12 years now. But after COVID, I never went back. And I have been building my business and my mission ever since. So I don't apologize about the fact that I moonlight in restaurants. But there is the story when I first started working in restaurants. And, I was a young whippersnapper and I was, a corporate trainer for the company. It was a corporate company. And, I didn't work on Sundays. It wasn't in my availability. I just started to, I was a corporate trainer. I was bartending. I was, helping to what I thought run the show. I was, like they needed me, blah, 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 blah. And my manager at the time, she said, I'm going to need you to work Sundays. I said, that's not in my availability. And she goes, well, I will take away every single one of your shifts if you don't. And me, a gasp, that is blackmail. Oh my gosh, I have to call the BBB. I have to tattletale on this woman. I'm in the right. I have my legal rights. I have this, I have that. And so I sat on hold. This was many years ago. This was, oh my God. How old was I back then? This is like almost 15 years ago. And sat on the phone, was on hold, and, very sweet person from the Better Business Bureau. And I told her my story, and she just literally goes, honey, you're a waitress. You make $2.63 an hour, or that's what it was back then. She's like, there is a line of people behind you waiting to fill your shoes and will deal with whatever this woman is putting you through. You have zero rights. You're in the right. She's like, you're definitely in the right, but you have absolutely no rights in this capacity. And so, dear Aries, I wanted to leave you with that tale because I was really butthurt about that. So I want you to focus on manifesting the job that you do want, not fighting the system of the job that you're in, and not saying, I'm in the right, I'm in the right. You're in the right, girl, but focus on other things. Don't let the pain of Mars sitting at the base of your chart make you feel as though you have to fight a crumbling system. Just let the system crumble. It is crumbling, and you're right. I want to validate everything that you're going through, Aries. You are right, but focus on the bigger things. It's almost like you're avoiding what scares you the most, and I want you to face it, pee in your pants. Amazing stuff. Taurus. Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. How are you feeling? What is new in your world? Don't run. Don't run in any capacity. You're learning to rest and have fun. I'm so proud of you. You're learning to rest and have fun. I'm so proud of you. Uranus going retrograde in your sign the day before this new moon, as well as Pluto dipping back down into Capricorn for the last time in your lifetime. Oof, girl, this is... Yeah, I'm seeing you like all curled up watching like old black and white movies with a bucket of popcorn and just being like, and crying. There's a lot of tears. It's funny. I grabbed 2 tissues today, which, I mean, I've got like a bunch in my pocket as well, but I grabbed a bunch of tissues. So this one, I'm just listening to my guides. Your mourning, I mean, this over here, Venus is your personal chart ruler, Taurus. So Venus connecting with Lilith in the South Node, you're learning how to do things alone, or you're grieving like a timeline. Gemini went through this a while ago, I think. It's really interesting. Either you've fully surrendered to and accepted the fact that you're in a relationship that doesn't serve you, and you're just like, well, that's the way, this is my life, and I accept it and I surrender to it, and that is the way that it is. I talked to Leo about this in the past few readings as well, Taurus. So if you needed a friend, I would talk to Leo, and I would talk to Gemini a little bit as well. Because right now, you know, Uranus going retrograde in your sign, these are things happening quickly. These are things happening like very, very powerfully. This is lightning bolt energy. You can't really predict when it's going to happen. But in your sign of fixed negative earth, this just says to me, like, either you've known for a very long time that this, you know, relationship, that this, whatever I'm talking about, this could be, you know, a job, a situation, whatever level you're at, Taurus, you've accepted it and surrendered it to it, and you're like, this is where I am. But it's very fascinating, Taurus. I love you, but it's almost as if like you know that there's another level that you can reach, and you're just not ready to do it, which is so fine. I'm just acknowledging it across time and space, and that's you sitting on the couch watching a movie and eating the popcorn. There's also another, and this has happened for Leo for a while, like all last year. Sometimes it was 2 different Leos that I was talking to, Taurus. But the other side of things is you could be doing the exact same thing, but alone with yourself, nurturing yourself, loving upon yourself. And I'm just seeing you like having a daydream. This is such a dramatization, and I'm not projecting this onto you, Taurus, I'm just saying this is what my guides are showing me right now. It's almost like you're sitting there and you're watching the movie, and either there's like a person there that's like, oh, you're watching that movie again, blah, 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 blah. And then the other side of Taurus is you're with yourself, and you're seeing that like old ghost come in and be like, oh, you're watching that movie again, ha ha. And you're like watching it on repeat, and you have your food where you want it to be, and there's some socks in the corner that you just haven't cleaned up off the floor because you're like, those are my socks and I'll get to them when I can. So just literally know that where you're sitting, having fun, play, romance, childlike spirits, sitting on the couch with the bowl of popcorn, that's exactly where you need to be, because it's like I'm seeing like those two trajectories, those two timelines, and then it's you. And then it's you. You know, you're on the fixed axis, my guy. So having Scorpio run your 7th house of relationships, that's fixed negative water energy. You're fixed negative earth energy. So knowing that fixity, that rigidity, just by energy alone, Taurus, can say to us like, no, you're in my life. Could be a trauma bond. Just saying. It feels just as intense. The intensity of a trauma bond and the intensity of a healthy relationship are gonna feel the exact same way. So play, joy, romance, childlike spirits. If you wanted to birth some babies or birth a company, this would be the time to do it. And trusting it, Taurus, like launching, placing your order, putting yourself out on a dating app, ending the relationship, whatever it may be, and then letting the planets plan it. Jupiter's in your house of money. Mars just transited your house of money. And always remember, Taurus, that if you're keeping people around you that are 8 out of 10, your finances are going to be 8 out of 10. Your mission is going to be 8 out of 10. Literally everything that you keep around you, because you have told God, universe, source, which is energy, I only want 8 out of 10. You can't have 8 out of 10 and then everything else be 10 out of 10. Everything is energy. So yeah, I want you watching movies. We're just going out. Nope, I wanted to say going out into the woods, but it's funny. The guides are saying like, where are you when you're at your most lazy? And are there people around you that make you feel like you're not allowed to be that version of yourself? And if so, just look at that. Just look at that. Definitely my video 2024 to 2027, the changing of the guides, that could be for you. I talk about the three different soul matches that are available to us right now, and for those changing times and tides. So definitely go check that out. And Uranus at 2027 goes into your house of money. So exciting things. Exciting things. Amazing job, Taurus. I'm proud of you. Relationships are real tough right now, and it's not easy to vibe with yourself when you're used to having someone there to just physically be there. I get it. I really, really get it. Make sure you can see that. I'm just going to pull that. Nope. I'm going to leave it the way it is and just deal with it. Gemini, darling. Gemini, how you doing, honey? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Now I can fix it. Oh, there we go. No. Oh, Gemini. Oh, Gemini. This is feeling intense for you, I bet. You're literally like a whole new person. This is so cool. You are literally like a whole new person right now. So the South Node, Venus, and Lilith all in your 5th house of play in the sign of Libra. You're standing in your truth and authenticity in a way that, like, this is a trine. This is an air sign trining to your arising sign over here. For my guides are saying it's very specific. Gemini, Sun, and Moon, don't listen to that. But for Gemini, sun and moon, really intensely watch for your rising sign to see where this, amalgamation, this conjunction. And I highlight in my Substack article, I don't know if it's posted just yet, that, there's 2 south nodes and 2 Liliths. This is the mean and the true. So if this amalgamation is not the Lilith or the north node, south node that you follow, just literally look to like where they're coming into closeness themselves. And don't do it by degree. Just look at the house that Libra runs for you, which is the 5th house of play, creativity, romance, childlike spirits. There's a lot of very healthy energy happening here with Jupiter and Mars in your sign, Uranus in your house of soul purpose, the north node in your house of community, Saturn. Oh my God, this is just, you're finding new understandings of what not just safety is, but what you want from a very dedicated partnership. Yeah, I feel like Gemini, you're so content and you are very, very happy to vibe with yourself that I feel like a lot of this is like, if you can't live up to the standards that I have for myself, then I'm not going to let you in my life. You're holding true to your standards so intensely. That Mercury retrograde for you was really healing and helpful. And you stood up for yourself in ways that you have not before, but not even stood up for yourself. You just expressed your boundaries, your true self in a way that it's like, because Gemini, you have the 2 brains, it can be easy to just be like, to respond or react to something. And you're like, no, actually, I know I just said that 30 seconds ago, but what I really meant was this. I'm sorry I went back into my trauma response, but I'm really this. You're not even afraid to say that was a trauma response, or that was an older version of myself, or that was this. I feel like this is big money coming for you. I feel like from now, for my Gemini sun, moon, and rising, I feel like literally right now, I want you to be focused on massive money. I literally, like, from now until, I think it's November 19th. I'm sorry, I just literally this has happened before. I try to tap into your energy and it is so quick moving. It is so fast, like your brain works so quickly that it's like talking to a manifesting generator. You're like, nope, done. Here, I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. So from now until the 19th of November, I feel like big money is going to come in. Let me know. Email me if it does, when it does. But right now, this is big. This is really big and exciting. Like Jupiter in your sign, Mars in your sign. Mars is going into your house of money. Your house of money run by Cancer. I love that. I'm so excited about that. It's like you have a battle cry. I literally just heard like, let's get ready to rumble. Like you just have this do. Like you're just ready to win big, Gem. Yeah, you could be super duper helpful for a lot of people right now. And if you're not ready to do that, I would say, write a lot of your story, or start recording some of what it is that's been the most powerful moments for you. And just know, Gemini, that you have a lot to offer the outside world. You have a lot to offer. And I wanted to say weird. There's still some childhood projections that you kind of take on a little bit, where you're like, oh, it's Gemini, they're weird, or they're this, or they're this. It's funny, sometimes I meet Geminis randomly, because it's usually the first question that I ask you, is just like, what's your sign? And you're like, I'm a Gemini, and I know that's not the best thing, or I know people say this. If people say that you're ADD or ADHD, you interrupt too much, or you're too this, they just didn't take the time to get to know you, truly. And so understanding that you're not weird, but the weird way that you present your information to the world actually makes people pay attention. Dude, I wear sparkles on my face at all times, and I paint my face, and I do all these things. I'm doing body painting literally right after this. So just know that the weird way, and that was a tagline for my sisters and I growing up, was I'd rather be weird than normal. So know that your weirdness is necessary. Awesome. Cancer, interesting. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Whoa. What's going on, honey? All I heard when I said this is, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. There's a loneliness here where you're evolved in such a way. It's the, cardinal water energy. This south node, Venus, Lilith, is in your ruling house, which for you is run by Libra. It's almost over. That's what it is. Pluto in Capricorn for the last time in your lifetime. That had been demolishing your descendant sign over here. If you need to remove someone from your life, a situation, an ideology, or job, anything, now's the time to do it. Mercury's direct. Yes, Pluto is retrograde. Yes, Saturn, Neptune, Chiron, and Uranus are all retrograde. But this is on the top of your chart. Retrograde, 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 retrograde. The bottom of your chart, this is your internal. That's why it just feels like everybody's watching right now. They're not. That's why it feels so intense right now. It's internal. Mercury's in your house of money. You have no idea how skilled you are. Please go research imposter syndrome and ask maybe someone in your life, a contemporary, to judge you. It's part of my self-mastery program. It's a component to that, which is launching the day of this new moon, which is, 6 chapters of an efficient integration of fundamental metaphysical practices. And I amalgamize personal growth and development, leadership growth and development with my metaphysical practices. So if this information resonates with you, that program could be very helpful. I'll just offer you this, Cancer, that asking the people around you, a contemporary, someone that you really respect, to be like, hey, could you do like a review of me? You're going to be given so much praise, or so, like, you still don't see yourself as the being that you are. This is some childhood stuff. And I know being like the only adult in the family line, Cancer, and being the one that has to run things or pay for things or whatever that may be, I know that that is very intense. But that doesn't mean that you have to be like the old ancient. It's like you're taking that energy of like you were the child that had to be the adult and put that into your group where everyone's like, no, they should be running the pack. Like, they have so much to say and so much to offer. And I also, there's so many different things going at the same time. You standing true within your authenticity in your own family. It's not so much like with your parents and your siblings, but with your partner and children. This is a little bit of adolescent work that we could do, setting boundaries. If you need to change a job, remove someone from your life, do anything massive that has to do with other people, do it from now until November 19th. The planets are on your side. Yeah, this is a lot, Cancer. This is a lot. But I'm really proud of you for harnessing it. I'd say cry it out if you need to. And remember, you don't always have to be on. Take some time away for yourself and understand that people can hold space for you. You're not too much to handle. You don't have to hold it together. Like, nobody has it figured out right now. The world is in chaos. So just know that you're okay, and you don't have to, like, that is a trauma response from childhood and having to be, maybe you're the oldest, or maybe you're an adult child of alcoholic parents, an adult child of emotionally intelligent parents, numerous pages of the DSM-5 you could be. But what I'm saying to you across time and space, is that that is still something that could be unconsciously or subconsciously playing out in your life right now, where, you know, the inner child or the inner teenager literally fears that if they are emotional or if they ask someone to hold space for them, their life will fall apart because it was not safe for us to do that when we were a child. There's an Instagram account, I'm sure she has other accounts, but the holistic psychologist, that could be worth your time as well, Cancer. Awesome. Leo. There was a lot going on the last time we talked, and I'm really sending a lot of love to you right now. I hope and pray that you are receiving the support that you need right now. I'm just sending you that love. Some of you are coming into big money right now. Some of you are coming into big money right now. Or you can ask for big money if that's what you're keen for. This is your house of money, values, access to resources. This is the money axis. So this is a lot. Saturn over here, Neptune over here. These are both retrograde. Pluto just went back into your house of everyday life and practical service. You know, this South Node conjunction is over here in your house of communication, early learning, and short trips. Again, and this happened, was it Aries? No, it wasn't Aries. It was Taurus. It was 2 different readings. And we've had that before over the years, 2 different readings. Whereas I feel as though a lot of people are just surrendering to what they're in and they're just accepting it. And you're not recognizing that you're the lion. I think that with Mars going into your house of soul purpose, healing closures, and coming home, there might be something that's like, snap, I can't do this anymore type of a feeling. Jupiter in your house of community, friendships, and wishes for the future, as well as Mars just transiting there. I feel as though you've been given the opportunity to have a lot of expansive community, that there have been a lot of people in your peripherals that have just really been wanting to be a part of your life. And Pluto literally dipped into Capricorn yesterday. This new moon is on the 2nd or 3rd, depending on where you are in the world. And Pluto goes back into Capricorn on the 1st of September. So for the past few weeks, you might have been offered, with Pluto in Aquarius, as well as Jupiter in Gemini, a lot of opportunities for expansive community. With Pluto going back into your everyday life house, and Mars is going to be in here as well, like, this is health access over here. This is addictive patterns. I don't really worry with you about addictions in any capacity. Not right now. I feel as though when you need to change something, you just change it. It's kind of like you and Virgo. It's a beautiful thing. You're just like, no, I'm just done with that. But I feel like this could be an opportunity to look at the values of the people that you're surrounding yourself with right now, Leo. And just saying, do my values match? Because everything is energy. So money, freedom, that's a value. Honesty, integrity, kindness, like romance, whatever it may be, that are your values. Make sure that the people that you're allowing into your inner circle share those values. You're the lion. Of course everyone wants to be around you. It's the energy of a bonfire on the beach on Wingashik in August. It's the most pure, beautiful energy ever. So know that you shine in that way, and it's okay to have boundaries to say, hey, there's another Leo out there for you. I'm not the one. And I feel like you'll have to say very few words. I don't want you wasting your time talking. It's funny, I'm like, my guys are saying, like, just zip it, zip it. Yes and no are complete sentences, Leo. And if that is not enough for the person in front of you, know that they're trying to just, like, you know, with Pluto going to be transiting your, 7th house, this is interesting. This is going to be rocking, in opposition to your sign. This is, yes, the soul contracts for the cardinal signs are over, but the next 20 years, the fixed signs, it's like, yeah, baby, let's do some soul healing. Let's look at this. Let's do some things. And so with that coming, this is a 20-year transit, with that coming in your house of relationships, know that it's okay to start off with just core people, knowing your values. That can be a micro focus right now, knowing that for the next 20 years, everything that you expand and touch, the people around you effortlessly are blessed by. Yeah, you can't become a millionaire or a billionaire without the few people around you actually becoming without benefiting from that. So be very particular. And that's what I was going to say. When you say yes or no and someone that you don't want in your life is like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? That's, a tactic of a narcissistic person. And I don't peg someone as you're a narcissist, because unless you've gone to a psychologist, psychiatrist, and been diagnosed as a narcissist, we can say that you have narcissistic tendencies. And that's coming out a lot in this me world that we live in right now, called August, September 2024. But Leo, now is a really good time to understand that when Pluto is going to be transiting your house of relationships, there's also going to be, new perceived enemies that come in. And make sure that they're worthy. Make sure it's not a gnat or, a weasel that you're wasting your time with. And it's actually a worthy adversary for you to even entertain sparring with. Don't waste your time. You're better than that, Leo. Just walk away. Good job. Virgo, happy birthday to my Virgo sun, S-U-Ns, Virgo rising, Virgo sun, and Virgo moon. Happy new moon in Virgo. How are you doing? Don't do it to me, guys. Don't give me a reading. It's not beautiful and lovely and wonderful. Okay, so I love you, and I'm sorry for what I'm about to say. I'm not sorry. I love you enough to say it, but some of you are trying to play poker with energy, with life, and I don't want you to get the rugs swept out from underneath you. I want you to be prepared for anything. It's like I'm seeing you with, playing poker, and you're like, I don't want this, but I'm going to pretend. It's like you're trying to bluff. You're trying to bluff with energy, with God, with the universe. And we know you can't do that. Go back to your heart and your soul and what it is you truly want. Yeah, either just the word liar is coming into my brain. Either someone is lying to you and you know it, and you're keeping them close to you to be like, I know they're lying and I'm going to win this one later on. Or you're lying to someone. Yeah, I want you to detox from lies. And this could be as gentle and gingerly as, say you were a part of an ideology and then you woke up from that spell and now you don't really believe or entertain the values of that ideology anymore. But the people that you were surrounded by, you understand the sleeper cell and you're like, I'm terrified to tell them that I don't believe in this anymore. You have to. You have to. And I know that that's scary, and I know that that's intense, and I know that that's intimidating, but it's okay to vibe with yourself than to be surrounded by people that you don't share values with. The North Node is in your house of shared possessions. Chiron is also over here. Neptune, if you feel as though things are being removed from your life in the biggest of ways, just trust that that's Neptune, because Neptune is like that Poseidon in the sky, where it's like, oh my God, you just literally, Poseidon, you took everything away. And Poseidon's like, but you have all this space now for healthy activities. It's all a clean slate. So if things are being removed, let it. If things feel intense, ground. Uranus in your house of quest, adventure, long distance travel. You cannot run from where your feet are. There's a Substack article. It's called Grounded Yet Wandering. That could be worth your time. But yeah, who are you really? This is in your house of self. Who are you? Be that version of yourself as often as you can. And the people that don't vibe with you anymore, that's okay. It's okay. There has to be a moment between, it's like you're in between the inhale and the exhale. You're at that pause and you're trying to hold your breath. Be like, no, I still need you at the table. I still need you at the table. I still need you at the table. No, just clean the table and set the table for the new people that you're welcoming in. But if you're not honest with the people around you, if you don't say who you really are, nobody knows you, Virgo. Nobody actually knows you. So it's okay. It's truly and completely okay to vibe with yourself for a few minutes before you really sometimes it's scary to look in the mirror, Virgo. But I believe in you to do it. Also, if it's too scary, call someone. If it's not me, I don't care. But do mirror work with someone or do some journaling instead. If anything that I say is anxiety producing, don't do it. Just focus on what does feel good. So sometimes journaling can be a healthier way to do it right now. But you're going through big upgrades all over the place. So just be very kind to yourself. Libra, sun, moon, rising. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. This is really powerful stuff you've got going on here. Dun, 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 dun. Where is it? Okay. Holy jeez. Holy jeez, darling. Holy jeez. All right. I'm gonna have to close the window. They're building new earth outside. There we go. There we go. There we go. Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, North Node, South Node, Chiron, and Lilith. This is a lot over here. Some of you are really, you and Gemini right now are just doing a really beautiful job. This new moon is happening in your house of soul purpose, healing, closures, and coming home. Pluto is dipping back down into Capricorn, which runs your house of home. My pocket of the world, safety is key. Saturn and Neptune in your house of play. The North Node in your house of relationships. So a lot of you are learning how to date, and you're a pioneer in that capacity where you're not, how do I say, a lot of you have gone through different detoxes, or you've really, become the most healed, authentic version of yourself, but you want to share your life with someone. I'm really proud of you for harnessing this energy here so that when Saturn and Neptune, totally wrong, girl. Let me completely start over. I am so sorry. Nope, that's why. That's why. Yep, this is the addiction stuff over here. Oh my God, this is beautiful. Whew. All right, I got distracted by the outside. See, I'm not impervious to the energies of the outside world either. This is why you've gone through that addiction stuff. Saturn and Neptune in your house of daily life and practical service. This is why a lot of you have gone through those upgrades, those addictions. This is why. That makes sense. Yeah. You're representing something for a lot more people than you think. And we've said this before, that the hero and the villain have the same backstory, Libra. We've also painted the picture before of like the person that, like the high school hero. Okay, my guides are showing me that image from a while ago, and they're going to build off of it, but they won't show me until I say it. So like picture the kid in high school that, notices that the nerd is sitting by themselves, and they go over and they sit with them, and they're like, nobody gets left out. Nobody gets to be alone. You know, nobody, like, I won't let anybody sit by themselves, and it's kind of like protecting the bully, or protecting from the bully, protecting like the what you've deemed to be the nerd, Libra. You know, Libra, you say, oh, I'm gonna go sit with the nerd, be with them, and, you know, and whatever. And then cut to now, where you're like sitting at the same bar stool and you're like, nobody sits by themselves, I'm buying around for everybody, and you're just like sloshed, buckled completely. They're showing me like that nerd coming into the bar and seeing you. And maybe this is a dramatization, I'm not pegging you, but this is also, I want to say, like, maybe look at your judgments right now as you develop and as you grow. And this is, you know, you maybe are sitting there and you're judging the nerd, or maybe the nerd has like a nice watch. You're like, oh, big guy. Like, it's like you say something and the person looks over and was like, Libra, is that you? You're like, yeah, what of it? And he's like, you really changed my life. Like, you reminded me to be nice to people. And this person's like, I started a charity because of you. I did all this goodness because of you. There's a superhero that might come into your life that reminds you that you don't have to be. So for my 2 Libras, to my scales, one of you is really doing the work and in a beautiful, advantageous spot. And the other side of you might need someone to like have an intervention with you, to really be focused on like, yeah, you're not alone in this, Libra. And I've said this before to the other side of Libra, either you're really inspiring people and you're a pioneer right now and really harnessing this, or you are not going down a bad path, but you're doing something that you think no one is noticing, but they're really noticing. If this resonates with any Libras, please reach out directly. Please reach out directly, and we can have an email exchange and we can talk. I don't want anyone to feel like they're alone. These are intense energies right now. My Substack could be helpful. Please just reach out. Like, know that you are not alone in any capacity. And know that Saturn in Pisces transits, they built AA during a Saturn in Pisces transit. Like, AA was created during that time. So just know that this is big stuff going on, and it's so okie dokie to ask for help and to have, I feel like something could possibly happen, or someone's going to say something to you, Libra, for the second side of Libra, that you're like, I got to get my stuff together, which is a good thing. Be grateful for that person. Be very, very grateful for that person. Oh boy. Scorpio, what's up? My guys just keep saying double disclaimer. So please go watch the disclaimer at the very beginning of this entire reading, and know that my readings, they shoot between the eyes. They can be very intense. So I want you to know that going into this. Also, for anyone that's not a Scorpio rising sun or moon, know that I am just talking to Scorpio right now. There's a different communication. I talk to all of you individually, but I just want to give that doubleness. We've been mentioning for a while now that you can't do this alone, but you don't have to do this alone. So this new moon is happening in your house of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. And so we know to give is to receive, and to receive is to give. If if you're exhausted right now, that's why. That's the South Node, that's Lilith, and that's Venus, all in your house of soul purpose, healing closures, and coming home. This is interesting. Again, another dramatization that my guides are giving me. They're seeing like this mystical being, like this mystical shaman walking down the street, or very kind of like the beautiful enchantress at the beginning of Beauty and the Beast. And they offer you something. Venus, that you're going to be offered something. Again, this is a dramatization. I'm not saying that this is doctrine, just we're painting a picture, and my guides are being very specific that they don't show me the next thing until it's the next thing. This could be money, this could be an opportunity, this could be whatever it is. Whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest right now with the North Node in Aries, in your house of everyday life and practical service. And how you navigate or entertain that offering is going to be a lot bigger than you think. Something's been going on. I think some egos got punched. Oh, buddy, yeah, some egos definitely got punched with that Mercury retrograde in your 10th house. And so being the humble human that you are, going back to the Marcus Aurelius, I'm just a human, I'm just a person, I'm just a man, I'm just a woman. Pluto dipping back down into Capricorn. You know that a new 20-year deep transformation is coming for you. You know that. Yeah, when Pluto goes into Aquarius, that's your house, a house and home. That's a 20-year transit. That's squaring your sign. That's squaring your descendant. And that's in opposition to your midheaven. So this is life-changing. Go talk to Aries. Go talk to Capricorn. Go talk to Cancer. Go talk to Libra. They'll tell you what they've been going through since 2008. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I know fun is a strong word. But so... Okay, so the enchantress comes up, or the, metaphysician comes up, or the mystical fat cat being comes up and offers you something. I'm just seeing you, like, I'm just straight channeling this. I'm seeing you just like looking at it. It's everything that you've ever wanted is going to be offered to you very, very soon. And it's because you're harnessing this. And you just look at it, and it's like this moment of, here's everything. Here's your investment. Here's your relationship. Here's the family. Here's whatever it is that you've been working towards, Scorpio. And you're just like, you just take a moment, and you're just looking at it. And you're like, I thought this moment would be different. I love you. I love you. That you're just like, I thought I'd feel changed. I thought I'd feel different. But it just is. This is a really beautiful, I feel as though a lot of people have taken, what I've been saying in the past few months to heart about hiring team and going to see a shaman, or, having a session, whatever that may be, Scorpio. And that energy exchange, how big or small, that you've been going through, there just feels like there's this big clearing that's come through your chart right now. It just feels very open and very like positive. It feels very, very positive. The next eclipse, dude, is happening in your house of play. What? 25 degrees? Dude, that's going to be beautiful and intense. Yeah, they're just showing me you looking back on this time period with reverence and just being like, I can't believe I worried. I can't believe that, like, me just being myself created all this abundance. You're really learning how to be yourself right now. And by taking up space, Scorpio, that's energy. That's literally, and everything is energy. Money is energy. Relationships are energy. This tea is energy. These, crystals are energy. So when you just fully take up space, you're saying, I can handle more. I can do more. I'm really excited about this time period. I would say dress for success, Scorpio. Be open to opportunities looking for you. Yeah, really be open for opportunities looking for you. And it's just this moment of like, wow, that's all I ever wanted. That's what I've been so focused on for so long. And it's like that celebration afterwards. That's so cool. That's so cool. I'm excited. I'm celebrating you, Scorpio. Just be open to it. Just be open to the right people, the right place, like literally the right community. And ask yourself, who do you want at your table? You know, it's the cafe around here. So look at a dining room table. And if you are looking to manifest a partner, if that's what you've been waiting for, Scorpio, I'm still talking to Scorpio right now. Sorry, Sag, I'll be right there. And literally set the table. Say like, okay, my assistant's going to sit here. My, you know, soulmate is going to sit here. There's going to be a kiddos table over there. So I definitely want to have kids and I definitely want to do this. Set the table, Scorpio, and then get excited for, because this is happening in your house of community, for those people to start looking for you. But send out the energetic call. You know what I mean? Sag. It might feel like everybody can see you right now. It might feel like everybody's watching. It might feel very public and very intense. And that if you make that razor's edge change that you know you need to make, or you're actively making, that everything will fall apart. What if it would just fall back together again? What if it would fall into place? You know, the North Node in your house of play, romance, childlike spirits. Uranus going retrograde in your house of daily life. Pluto going back into your house of money. This new moon happening in your house of legacy, public life, image, career. This is intense. This is really intense. So if it feels public, don't run. You know, Mercury retrograded in the ninth house, which is normally run by Sag. For you, it's run by Leo. So you can say like, I can run the fastest. I can do this. I'm this. I'm this. Don't let your ego get involved. Community is drastically changing right now for the better, or for the most authentic. I don't want to project that onto you. It is painful what you're experiencing right now, Sag, and I just want to highlight that whatever you're going through right now is very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. So give yourself as much rest that you can. Don't regress back to unhealthy patterns and habits. There's something that came up, this is interesting, that during the North Node in Taurus transit, I want you to make a note and see like when was the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio. This was a few years ago. And I want to really ask you just some journaling, like what was coming up for you back then. Because I want you to not lose that work right now. Yeah, some big cycles, some really big cycles are coming back up to be healed, whatever that looks like. You know, I would say hiring team could be advantageous. I talked to Scorpio about that for the last little bit. This could honestly be, you know, joining a group. This isn't like you need a shaman to fix everything or anything like that, but this could be someone holding space for you. This could be a processing session. This could be a therapist. This could be, you know, a club, like a running club or a gym community or a yoga class. I'd say new and healthy community. And don't look at me when I say healthy. This happens. I've mentioned that before, that every time I say healthy, there's like this Sagittarius eye roll, like healthy. Oh my goodness, you and your quinoa. Where it's like, look at your adolescent. if that happens. You know, look at your adolescent and look at your adolescent tendencies that are coming out and ask yourself, like, you can have your adolescent, but put it into the gym, put it into a healthy partnership, put it into whatever it is that you need to put it into, Sag, but know that this is intense. This is intense. Yeah, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want your public image to be? Yeah, it's like you and Virgo, technically, because like this is public image and this is my image. So I think, you know, you could talk to Virgo right now about what they're experiencing. That could be helpful. I feel like because this is about that public persona, about how people perceive you. But Uranus is, you know, retrograde in your house of daily life. Things could shift and change very, very drastically right now. But trust it. If something big is happening, I know that there's no amount of astrological validation that makes the pain feel better, but just know that that is something that was meant to happen. If nothing else, when I see something matching up with the astrology, I'm like, okay, I knew when I was born, because your birth chart is cast the moment you're born, that that was going to happen. It doesn't make it feel better in any capacity, Sag. It just makes it like, okay, I knew when I was born, when I was a baby, that that would happen. So I can surrender to it and more effortlessly go through the stages of grief to be like, okay, I knew this was coming. My soul said that this was going to come. So maybe it's for my highest and greatest good. Again, it does not take away the pain, Sag, but it just offers validation that all is where it is meant to be. I love you. I'm sorry that it's painful right now. Leah was going through it last month and it's you right now, so I'm sorry. And reach out if you need anything. Capricorn. Sun, moon, and rising. Capricorn rising, sun, and moon. I love your energy so much. I love it. You come with your notes. You come with your journals and the receipts. You're like, okay, Sarah, I'm not getting up from the table like you've told me to not do. I'm really, you know, staying the course. I'm doing all the things that you're asking me to do. And I just really appreciate working with you. I just wanted to highlight that I appreciate that you take what I'm offering seriously and you understand that this is beautiful. You're some of my favorite energies to work with because we can just hit the ground running. So Pluto's back in your sign. This is it. Is there anything at all that you feel as though you need to heal or focus on? I want you adding more zeros to every single product that you sell. I want you to have the proper formula for what it is that you offer. What do you mean by that? Like, I want your one-on-one sessions or whatever it is that you offer, whatever it is that you do, to be higher ticket. I want you to have some digital products or something that you can sell that is already done that people can just purchase for you. And then I want you offering a crap ton for free, Capricorn. I just want you to have, like, that's the tier that works for me. Or having, you know, writing an ebook, whatever it may be, but it's something teaching right now, Capricorn. I feel like something teaching. This is big. This is higher education. Long distance travel, quest, adventure. This is big stuff. Normally this house is run by Sag, but for you it's run by Virgo, which is very different energy. It's still mutable, but it's mutable earth energy instead of mutable fire energy. So it's like traveling for work is an option, but it's more so like, I want to live here for a few months and then go here for a few months and then go here for a few months. Like having a few different places. Traveling for life is a very big possibility, and having a home be in multiple locations. Yeah, interesting. Mars going into your house of relationships, into your descendant sign, I'm very excited about that. I'm very, very, very excited about that. I feel like people are coming into your life in the next few months that are, oh my God, okay. Normally, I only have to say this to Scorpio, but some relationship stuff is about to come out. So I apologize, my content is not for kiddos, but this is like, I just heard you say like a worthy adversary, and like your BDSM, your submissive side just came out right there. You're like, oh, a worthy adversary, someone that can, Uranus in your house of romance and play, someone that can just treat me like the good girl or bad girl that I am. And for like my divine masculine Capricorns, you're like, oh my God, y'all are just so kinky, and I love that for you. I love that for you. It's beautiful. Yeah, this is the last. And you're like, Sarah, we don't have time to talk about that right now. Yes, and thank you for validating it, but move along. Let's talk about work. I love you. So Pluto in your house, that affecting this affecting this affecting this. Like, clean up anything that needs to be cleaned up, add more money, have a proper, like formula. Have a proper formula. So then when Pluto goes into your house of money, you can just make money while you sleep. Like, have the formula you want. I'm listening to some of you are saying like, I have a job, I have a normal job, and you know, it's like time equals money. I have to show up for my job. And so I want you to look at that. I really want you to look at that. Do you have something else that you want to, Jupiter, in your house of daily life and practical service? Is there something that you do want to offer? Is there something that you do have a passion for that you could create or write, or, you know, whatever that may be? But having something, or do you like to, you know, craft? Is there something that you could do? So I'll share an example. I was working at I was pulling tarot cards at a fairy forest, a fairy festival. And it was run by my very, very talented sister. And she has some of the most powerful ideas that I've ever seen when it comes to all these different things. So she's telling me a story that there was a woman with 2 unicorns there. You know, she's a horse owner, and there was unicorn rides. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I want to go ride this unicorn. And by the time I had gone over there, the unicorn stand had closed down. But I was just chit-chatting with the unicorn owner, and she was like, yeah, like I just made paper today, and the unicorns are tired, so I don't need to stand around and wait. Like I'm able to just really only work for the amount of time that we need. Everybody made money, everyone feels great, and now we go home. And when I was chatting with my sister about it, she's like, yeah, she was just doing horse rides, and I gave her the idea to do unicorn rides. And all of a sudden, this woman is just like booked. She's booked. So with all that being said, Capricorn, maybe a little bit of your creative side, or wacky. Yeah, it's like, I want to say wacky. I don't want it to be like, if you're maybe a little bit more woo-woo than you're letting out to be. Like, I want a little bit of that seemingly, there's a component to yourself that you've really been like, I can't monetize that. I don't need that. I don't need that. No, that's the most monetizable thing. Or that's the niche that bonds it all together. I get it. I get it. I'm getting on my canvas for the first time in months after this video. It's been months, Capricorn, so I get it. But creative expression is the last slice of pizza that holds all this together. Amazing stuff, Cap. Aquarius, honey. I'm fascinated. How are you feeling with this Pluto going into that house? You're like, it's not so easy, Sarah. It's not so easy. Not so easy. I'm not laughing at you. It's just sometimes the absurdity of the planets just makes me giggle. So this is in your house of shared possessions, deep transformation, death and rebirth, sensuality, sexuality. Yeah, your money access over here is pretty stuffed. Neptune retrograde, Saturn retrograde, and then the new moon and the full moon over here. Mars is going to be going into your house of everyday life and practical service. That Mercury retrograde happened in your house of relationships. You know better in certain capacities. For some of you, for someone out there, you know better, so don't go back. Yeah, Jupiter will expand way more opportunities for relationships, so don't settle. This is shared possessions over here. Some of you could benefit from maybe a new, it's very interesting. So it's like, I want you to be able to, however this works out for you. And again, like the disclaimer said, like, I'm not like, this could be for you, but this is just an energy opportunity. Like working for a healthy, but like a bigger company, or like leveling up in a professional sense, leveling up in a sense of whatever your profession is. So I speak from restaurants because that's the industry that I know. And so when I had gone from the first time that I'd gone from, you know, a kind of fine dining restaurant to the restaurant that I work at right now, I was making more money helping out doing takeaway than I was on a floor shift. Like I was making more money than I could have ever dreamed of making at the other job. Like a busy holiday at my old job is what I make on like a slow Monday now. Now, actually, a busy holiday is what I make on like a normal Tuesday now. A normal Tuesday now. So that's what I want you to look at, is you are very skilled, Aquarius, in what you do, but I want you to be under an energy where you start to understand your worth. I'll give another example. I used to be an assistant to personal trainers, and I worked at this very, very fancy gym that you had to pay like a few $100s even to have a membership to the fancy gym, because it had the cafe and had the pool and had the spa, it had everything. The personal trainers, you had to pay so much money to get one session with them. So much money. And the imposter syndrome was real for some of these newcomers. They were like, am I giving enough? Am I doing enough? Am I worthy of this? Oh my God. But then after a few weeks, they were like, yeah, you can't come talk to me unless you pay this, because I'm literally going to change your life and I'm literally going to help you. Like, you just need a little bit of like an oomph up right now. It's like your ego got punched and you need someone to be like, you are amazing. You are worthy of this. You are worth that. Whatever that means to you, whatever your niche is, whatever your environment is. Yeah, you need a cheer squad right now, Aquarius. You really need a cheer squad right now. And this is making sure that you surround yourself with people that value you, that really, really value you. Yeah, there's a significant amount of imposter syndrome that I just want to like, get it out of there. Get it out of there. Get it out of there. Yeah, and do some research into, this is coming to me now, Aquarius. Like, why have you pegged someone else in your industry to be better than you? Why have you said that this human being, you know, it's one of the questions asked in the questionnaire in the Think and Grow Rich book, which is, you know, is there a human being that you have decided in your brain that is better than you? Because it's you, Aquarius. We're going into the age of Aquarius. So it's like, if you sit on the toilet the same way that I do, you are no better than me. There's no living guru on this planet in my personal perspective and opinion and practice. Yes, there are channelers. Yes, there are people that do things, but that's their calling. That's their profession. That's why they're on the planet. It doesn't make them better than you. So if there's someone on this planet that is offering the same product that you are offering and they're asking for more money for it, I want you to look at that. I want you to look at that and do some nervous system work and call me if you need anything. Pisces, darling, Pisces rising, Pisces sun, Pisces moon. How are you? I love you. You just said, I'm sick of this. Like, I get you. I get it. None of this is easy, but it is quite... We can't get off the spaceship. We can't get off the spaceship. Where are you? You're over here. You're over here. So this is your descendant sign, Pisces. So if you are keen for new community or a new partner or just new people in your life, now is the time to quote unquote manifest it. And what we know about manifestation when it comes to manifesting another person, especially with this house, we'll look at it as lensing, relationships, the important people in our life, seeing God in another. So the way that you think about yourself and the way you feel about yourself is going to attract the people around you. And so if you have said the person outside of me is going to, do this, like write out the list of all the things that you want your partner to be and then become them, write out the list of all the people that you want in your community and then be the person that takes up the pizza slice that is Pisces. Pluto's going back or is back into Capricorn right now in your house of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. Pluto is going to be in Capricorn during the next few eclipses. The next coming eclipse is in your sign at 25 degrees. So this is a massive opportunity to focus on your soul's path, your soul's mission, and being the self that you need to be to complete that mission. The sun will be over here, 25 degrees? The sun will be here and the moon will be at 25 degrees of Pisces between Saturn and Neptune. Like that's going to be massive. That's in a few weeks. So that's going to be some heavy hitters. I would ground. I would really drink water. I would really spend a lot more time with the people that are your VIP people. Yeah, I'm actually not worried about money for you right now. You you're just comfortable in paper. There's nothing that I worry about with money for you right now. The North Node's been in your house of money, so you might be making more. I think I talked to you a few weeks ago about, investing in whatever that may be for you. They're saying no. The guy's telling Pisces already knows what to do when it comes to their money, so they're fine. What can we look at? Imposter syndrome, worthiness, having healthy boundaries with family. If there are people in your life that you really love and respect and that are your ride or dies, this is interesting. This is very minimal, but I feel like it's just send them a text. Just send them a text, Pisces. If someone has changed your life for the better, just send them a text and be like, hey, I just hope you know how much I value you, how much I love you, how I really appreciate that, when I've been at my bottom, you've been there. When I've been at my top, you've been there. You're just a real great friend. I really honor the relationships that you do have and not so much focus on what you don't have. Just become the vibrational match for that person, And then during the full moon eclipse, that's when we're going to really be focused on being that vibration or releasing anything that does not match that vibration. But like I've said for years, eclipses, we kind of hand the reins over to God. We kind of just say here, you take over. If my soul has gone off track from what I'm supposed to be doing, what the North Node is trying to get me to do right now, my values, my money, my access to resources, then, eclipses just knock you back on track. Yeah, this is relationships. This is a good time to really be focused on the people that you love in your life and make healthy space for the person that, if there's anyone missing. This could be a child, this could be a healthy partner, this could be a healthy boss or, healthy team. It could be time to hire an assistant. I love it, Pisces. Doing great, everybody. Thank you so much. Happy new moon. Yeah, just call me if you need anything. Love you.